all give me my ends. They give me my purpose. I want to act justly. I want a non-equal bag of combos. I want to stand up for what I believe in. I want to vote for what's just in my society. Prudence tells us how we're going to do that. The virtue of prudence, this habit that over time, when we do it over and over and over again, it becomes natural to us. Just like brushing your teeth twice a day. And it becomes something we want to do, just like brushing your teeth every day. So if you don't brush your teeth, your breath smells. If you're imprudent, people won't want to be around you after a while. It tells us how we can accomplish these ends that the other virtues point us towards. Okay? Hopefully that's the most heady, complicated part of the whole talk. Does that make sense to you all? Does anybody have any questions after that part? We just talked about virtue being a good habit. The four cardinal virtues. Virtue is something objective, something definite, where value is more of a subjective, according to your feelings. And then there's these four cardinal virtues. They regulate our passions, these longings and drawings and take us in all different directions. And Prudence tells us how. No questions? Okay. The final point about virtue is that the virtue is always a mean between two extremes. So we have here the virtue of temperance. If we don't eat enough, we starve. Most nutritionists will tell you you can eat like 1,050 to 1,200 calories a day. And if you eat less than that, you're malnourishing yourself. Or you can belly up to Old Town Buffet and go 9 rounds with it. But the virtue temperance is somewhere in the middle. We can do this with anything. How many people have had the experience where they slept like 10 hours? Yeah. How did you feel after sleeping for 10 hours? Okay. Maybe some of you needed 10 hours of sleep if you didn't sleep anything the night before. But when I sleep that much, I feel like a drunk kid. I wake up and I'm like, whoa. There's this drool, and then I'm just feeling heavy the rest of the day until I get a bunch of coffee in me. Or if I only sleep 2 to 4 hours, I feel worse probably, just as bad. But the virtue's in the middle. If I can get 6 to 7 hours, I'm great. I'm doing good. Okay. Story number 1. These are stories from the seminary. I hope I don't scandalize any of you. But dudes in the seminary are just dudes, like any other guys, for the most part. I think we at least like tried to be better most of the time. But anyways, it was a weekend, and I think we had all studied during the day, and it was nighttime, and I was the prefect of a floor, kind of like a student RA of sorts. All of us are students RA. I was the prefect of the floor, and my guys were rowdy. We were called One North, and we threw up this One North sign. Then we do this. One North. My guys loved to light things on fire. They all had bottles of rubbing alcohol, and they put the rubbing alcohol in spray bottles, and they use it like a blowtorch. And they claimed they would use the rubbing alcohol to make their shoes not smell anymore. Right? So that we wanted to be entertained one night, which is a good thing. You know, you have to be entertained, sometimes you have to relax, chill out. And my buddy Cody had this old laptop that he hadn't used in 2 years and wanted to get rid of. So my guys come up and go, Andrew, we're going to go destroy this laptop. Which guys love to destroy things. You ever seen the movie Office Space? Yes. when they ravaged that printer, that just brought so much pain and suffering into their lives, that's so satisfying. Right? We wanted to destroy this laptop. I knew things were going bad right away. I should have been prudent and realized we're a bunch of crazy pirates. So next thing we know, 2 of the guys are up on the roof of the gym, which is about 3 stories high. And me and my other friend Matt were on the bottom. And they're like, we're going to throw it off the roof. And I say, okay, like that's a little crazy. We're still good. Next get back at me. It was horrible. They tell me the cops came, the fire station came, so I'm in, I'm like, we need to get our story straight. You don't know who lit that computer on fire, but we didn't do it. And you guys better remember. But they were just kidding with me because I ran away. But I should have known. Yeah, like these guys are going to do something crazy because we're out. And we should have also known, well, Prudence tells us the best way to do something, and that just isn't always between different choices, but it's when to do it, how to do it, why to do it. All these different factors play in. When, how, why, and what way. Destroying the computer is fun. It's a piece of trash. Right? Let's get a baseball bat and be in for a while. Whatever. But throwing it off a 3-story building and lighting it on fire, that wasn't prudent at all. I'm going to show you some more prudent choices now. This magical thing called YouTube. Okay, so this person parked their car and blocked the garbage men from getting down this alleyway they needed to get to. And they wanted to like get back at him. And I don't think they made the right choice. Watch what happens. It's imprudent to try to get back at authority. When people have power over you, don't play pranks on them. Know what they're doing. Surprise. Your car is surrounded by dumpsters. Imprudent choice. Second, haven't you ever sang in a choir? I sang in a choir for 2 years and I loved it. Right. It's really good to hold out those long notes. Those really long, just hold them out. But it's imprudent when you forget to breathe. But there's a right time to get it off your windshield and a wrong time to get it off your windshield. Yes! Not while you're in the car wash. That's not the right time at all. So do we all have a good sense of what imprudence looks like? Right? We're going to ask ourselves, is this the right time for this? Is it the right way to do it? Is it, why? Is it the right way to do it? That means how I'm going to do it and why I'm going to do it, the right motivation. So prudence kind of scrutinizes. The fancy word is deliberate. When you deliberate, you have 5 or 6 or 7 or 50 options, and you look at them all, and you kind of try to project. My goal is to be a just person. To be a just person. And if I'm going to be a just person, should I spend this night hanging out with my girlfriend? Well, I don't know. What's happened for the last week? Well, I haven't hung out with her in like 10 days, right? And if we're in a relationship, it's just to spend time with her. So that means, okay, I should spend time with her even when I feel like, playing more Halo Reach. Because it's just to spend time with her, right? This might seem really obvious. But other times we don't always go through this process of thinking. For example, when you have to get your homework done, it's due Monday morning. Friday afternoon. You finished your last class for the day on Friday, and you have like 4 free hours before dinner. The homework might not be due till Monday, but you have like 10 hours of work to do. And on Saturday, you're going to go to the circus event, you're going to go to the swing dance. Sunday, you're going to go to church, you're going to go to Going Deeper and hear me speak more. I'm not speaking this week. So you know you're going to be busy all weekend. What's the prudent thing to do? Even though, yes, your homework, it's really far away when it's going to be due on Monday. If you don't do it then, you're going to have to stay up late Sunday night to do it. Right? So the prudent choice then is, I'll do my homework now. What are some other prudent choices? I'm not living your guys' lives. Let's hear some of the things you guys face. Don't be shy.
To drink or not to drink at a party?
To drink or not to drink at a party. Right? There's a lot of factors that go into that. Is it the right time? Good questions with my 21. You know, if I choose to drink at this party and I'm underage, I can get arrested. I have a lot of friends who got underage drinking violations, and they're just furious at the government. They're like, those cops didn't have any right to come in there. They just hate the police now. And they have these violations which have, caused all kinds of trouble in their lives. They have restrictions on them or whatever. But ultimately, it was their choice. They knew the law. They chose to drink underage. So, is it the right time? If you're 21, yeah, sure. Have some drinks. How are you going to do it? How much are you going to have? Are you going to throw down 7 shots in an hour? Probably not the best choice. No, probably not for anybody the best choice. Maybe more like, 1 or 2 drinks. Stay there for a while, hang out. Maybe another one if you're there for a long time. There's a way to go about it. The end is temperance, and Prudence directs us on how to do it. An important point is, a lot of times things appear to be virtuous. Things we can do appear to be virtuous, but they're not because they're imprudent. So an example would be, yesterday in Fireside Lounge, the lounge at St. Thomas, I asked 2 people, you guys going to Mass today? One girl said yes, the other girl said no. Left it at that. Well, it seems like Mass is a really good, go to pray, go to church, it's a really good thing. It's the virtue of piety. The virtue of piety is giving to God what God is due. Is giving Him worship, honoring Him. And Mass is about the most pious thing we can do is going and receiving Him. But the second girl knew she had a lot of homework to do that night and not enough time to finish it. And all of your first duty, if you're a student, your vocation, your calling, your duty is to study, to be a student, to do your work. So for her to go to Mass, although it seemed very pious, like a very good thing, it would have been a way to procrastinate, right? I did this all the time in seminary. Seminary created the best opportunities to procrastinate. Because everything we did looked great on the surface. It's like, I'm not going to do my homework this morning. I'm going to go, pray in front of the abortion clinic for 4 hours. I'm not going to do my homework tonight. I'm going to go to this prayer meeting and pray with my friends for a few hours. I'm not going to do my homework tonight because I'm going to go and do some service with the Special Olympics. All these things are good, wonderful things. But the fact is I never studied. This isn't a good thing. Okay, another story. One of the guys on my floor, probably the most pyro guy, his name's Adam. He's now become